it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video I am super excited about. When I first heard about this release, I couldn't wait to get it. And of course, I've been gone on vacation and it came while I was gone. And today's the first day I've had a chance to film. So that's what we're doing today. I ordered the Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyqvist palette. This is the Hela palette. This is the outside carton that it comes in. And this is what the outside of the palette looks like. It is so cool. And when I ordered it, it came with this gorgeous little scarf ribbon thingy, which I should have put in my hair and worn today, but I didn't, so next time perhaps. And it came with this little pamphlet with a note from Angie. If you aren't familiar with her channel, which I'm sure you are, I'll link it below so you can check it out and see her reveal video and the whole thing. She's done a bunch of looks, so I'm excited to play with this palette. It just looks like so much fun. This is what the inside looks like. I want to play with all of them. So if you're not opposed to it, there'll probably be several looks using this palette on my channel in the very near future. I took a bunch of makeup with me on vacation, and funnily enough, the only eyeshadow palette I used was Angie's from last year. She did a palette with Kaleidos. It's the Club Nebula palette. It's not available anymore and hasn't been. This one did sell out, but it is being restocked at least once. So if you were thinking about getting it, probably should. I mean, I ordered it immediately. I have no idea what the formula is going to be like, if I'm going to love it or not. I assume I will. Angie and I tend to have very similar tastes in eyeshadow, so this is also my very first palette that I've gotten from Odin's Eye, so I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to tape up my eyes, zoom you in, and we're just going to get right into it. I can't wait any longer. I hate to repeat myself, but if this is your first video here, the reason I tape up my eyes is because I'm 44 and gravity is a thing, and my eyes are very, very hooded, and that's getting more and more. So taping up my eyes helps me to get a nice clean look on the outer portion of my eye, whereas before it was just kind of messy and I couldn't really figure it out. So that's the reason for the tape. And obviously my face is done, everything except for my eyeshadow, liner, and mascara. I really think I'm going to play with the pinks and maybe those two dark shades on my right. I'm holding it upside down. I'll of course insert pictures and do a little cutaway of the shades that I'm using so it's not too confusing. Some of these names I'll be able to pronounce and some I will not. Angie is from Sweden, and this is very much based on Swedish goddesses and lore and all of that. Definitely go check out her video about this because it's really interesting why she did this kind of a theme. I thought it was interesting. Definitely worth watching. Okay, so I'm gonna dip into the shade Wolf on a fluffy blending brush. Hopefully I don't get a whole lot of fallout because my face is done. And I'm just gonna get that going up where I would have my crease if I had the choice. So I'm just gonna get this blended out and then we'll move on to the next shade. Okay, that went on and blended out beautifully. Now I'm gonna dip into the shade Goddess on a slightly smaller tapered blending brush and just get that going a little lower, but still up in my crease. Okay, those are on and I really like how it looks. It's a little, this is my first video since I've been back, so everything feels just a little bit off, so bear with me if I seem odd today. It's just because it's been such a long time. Now on an even smaller little brush, I'm gonna dip into the shade Soot, and I'm gonna use that to deepen up the outer corner. And I'm gonna bring that shade up a little bit as well, because if I look straight on, you can't really see it. This formula is gorgeous. It's blending out so easily. I'm just dipping in a tiny bit at a time. I don't want the fallout, but also it just makes it a little easier to work with if you're only using a little bit at once. I'm gonna go back in with the brush I used for that darker pink shade just to blend the edges. No harsh lines. I didn't add any more eyeshadow to it. I'm just using whatever was left on the brush. Now on a wet, flat shadow brush, I'm gonna go into the shade Complete. And I'm gonna put this on the outer portion of my lid to about halfway in. That is gorgeous. Wow, that's so pretty. Maybe I'll go with the shade Hellfire. I like to wet my shadows. I think you get more oomph when you do, and you don't get fallout. So that's why I wet my shimmer shades pretty much all the time. I think I love that with my whole heart. Okay, let's take off the butterscotch tape. Because the tape takes off the highlight, I just keep my brush handy and reapply whatever's left. Okay, for lower lash line, I'm gonna use a stubby little shader brush. Dip into that soot shade again we used on the outside, and I'm just gonna buff it along my lower lashes right out here. Okay, cleaned off the brush, and I'm gonna dip into that first pink shade called Hela and just run that underneath. I'm gonna use this itty bitty brush and the shade Double-Sided because I can't not. I've wet the brush. I'm gonna put this on my inner corner. And I think I might even take it on the inner portion of my lower lash line. This Double-Sided shade has that orangey, peachy shift, so it'll go nicely with that Hellfire shade. All right, let me throw on some mascara and some eyeliner, and then I'll come back and we can wrap this up. All right, I'm back. I just used my Rare Beauty mascara and my LA Girl Shockwave Neon Lip Liner. I only use it as eyeliner, not as lip liner. I thought the pink could be cute. Anyway, the Hela palette, I loved playing with it. It was so easy to use. The shadows blended beautifully. They are pigmented. The multi-chrome duochromes are so pretty. I cannot wait to play with this some more. Obviously, there's going to be a green look coming up very, very soon. So yeah, I'm definitely a huge fan. If you're interested in it, I say maybe go for it. There are certainly several shades in this palette that I know I cannot dupe out in my collection. So that's pretty cool. The peachy shade that I used on my inner lid called Hellfire in pan looks like a shadow I have several times over, but because of the shiftiness of it all, it's completely different. So it's very cool. I like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, now's a great time to do that. I upload 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you ring the bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video, and you can choose to watch it or not. Totally up to you, no pressure. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Okay, that's it. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.